Good morning, everybody. And Claire, thank you for the opportunity to present here. So my name is Mervi Heiskanen. I'm the NCIPhub lead. I have been the government lead since January this year. And also on the call, we have Lisa Mahoney. She's our program manager, and John Kurian, who is the NCIPhub expert and also end user liaison. John will be giving the presentation today. Please go ahead, John.
Thank you, Claire and Mervi, for that introduction, and thank you all for joining us as we talk a little bit about the NCIPhub today. As Mervi mentioned a little bit, what we're going to look at today is different ways that groups and individuals have really taken advantage of Hub functionality to move cancer research forward. But before we do that, let's take a look at what the NCIPhub really is. Fundamentally, the NCIPhub is a collaboratory built on the HUBzero platform. You may be wondering what I mean by collaboratory. A collaboratory is really a space without walls or borders where people from all over the world come together to share big ideas and accomplish them. The NCIPhub brings together cancer researchers and problem solvers from all over the world across numerous industries to work together to push cancer research forward. The NCIPhub enhances scientific collaboration by providing spaces and tools for researchers to communicate in ways that would otherwise not be possible. The NCIPhub enables the sharing of data by acting as a community repository of scholarly digital assets. And the NCIPhub enriches the cancer research community by encouraging the sharing of research, data, and standards to accomplish the common goal of creating more effective cancer treatments. This is a phenomenon that's often difficult across traditional academic settings. So today we'll take a look at some of the NCIPhub communities and how they display these values. But first, we're just going to take a closer look at the capabilities of the NCIPhub. The first major pillar of the NCIPhub is as a knowledge repository. So users, whether PhD researchers, software developers, or communications professionals like myself, can share and get credit for their digital assets and receive feedback from the greater Hub community. Another pillar is tool development. Users can not only upload their source code on the Hub, but work collaboratively with others to refine and update it. The final pillar is collaboration across all NCIPhub activities. Whether it's publishing a paper, building a database, or uploading a modeling tool, the NCIPhub bakes in robust collaboration features that create a unique community experience. So, let's take a look at some of the specific ways users are employing these pillars to meet their scientific goals. The first pillar we'll look at is the NCIPhub as a collaboratory. And as many of you who are either NCIPhub users or are users of or manage your own hubs know, the building block of creating a vibrant community space is a group. And the first group we're going to look at from NCIPhub is the NCI Center to Reduce Cancer Health Disparities. They created a group called the Supplements Cafe as a space to share training opportunities and relevant materials and practical career tips. With over 125 members and 14 different pages of content, this group shows how vibrant an NCIPhub community can really be. But how did they get there? You'll be surprised to learn that it wasn't a complex team of developers or coders who sparked this community's growth. Instead, regular users customized the basic functions of the Hub to fulfill their specific needs. The first thing you probably noticed about the CRCHD Supplements Cafe is the branding of their group page. On the left, you can see what a traditional or out-of-the-box group overview page looks like, and on the right, you can see what the CRCHD Supplements Cafe has done on their overview page. It's a pretty powerful difference. They've added images and logos to enhance the look and feel of the page, and information is laid out in an organized and engaging fashion. The aesthetics of this page is a huge advantage when new visitors and potential group members visit the site. They're immediately given a sense of the personality and culture of the group and can better see how their interests and needs align with it. As I mentioned before, any group manager with basic coding skills can create a similarly customized group overview page, just like this one. Simply, as it shows at the bottom of this slide, navigate to the Group Manager dropdown and click on Manage Group Pages. Then you can click on the link to the overview page to access the page editor. Once you're in the editor, you can click on Source to switch over to an HTML editor, and you can add the desired content such as images, videos, and links to get the look and feel that you want. Does anyone have any questions on customizing the overview page? Okay, great. So the next thing you probably noticed about the CRCHD page is that it has subpages that have been created underneath the overview page in the navigation menu. While every group comes pre-populated with common subpages like resources, forums, and projects, adding your own pages with tailored content provides a huge value to your community. This is an opportunity to organize and curate important information about your group and its related activities. Again, it's quite easy to implement these subpages. You just hover over the Group Manager dropdown again and click on Manage Group Pages. And above the overview link, you'll see a button to add a new page. When you hit that button, you'll be taken to an editor where you can title your page, you can give it its own URL and tags, and you have a content editor where you can add the customized content that you want to, and you can click the source button on the left again to get to an HTML editor to give it the look and feel that you want. Are there any questions on customizing a subpage? So once you've customized your group overview page and you've created some subpages and really got the look and feel for your group page that you want, the next step is really building interaction and communication within your group. And as we'll show in this next use case, building an interactive community forum is a great way to do this. The group we're going to look at is the NCI's Cancer Nanotechnology Lab, or K-Nano Lab. The NCI's K-Nano data portal was created to provide an avenue for sharing across the international biomedical nanotechnology community for the purpose of expediting and validating the use of nanotechnology in biomedicine. To meet this goal, the K-Nano team needed a way to provide guidance on data submissions to the portal and to get feedback on their process, as well as prioritize future enhancements. The NCIPhub's group forum was their solution. Let's take a look at how they implemented it. The opportunity for the NCIPhub provided was to organize online conversations in a way that not only produced usable feedback and input, but sparked member participation. To accomplish this, they created a group, but only enabled the parts of the group that they wanted to use, which were the forum and the wish list. Any group manager can do this by going to their group manager settings again and clicking on Edit Group Settings. You'll then get a list of all of the different functions of a group, and you can enable or disable whichever part of the group you want to. Group managers then, when they got the right settings, created threads on the topics that they wanted to start conversations about. Related threads were organized by separate categories or folders. Then it was just a matter of communication. Targeted users were invited to the group and told to respond to existing threads, to start new threads, or to comment on other users' comments. The result was communication and interaction organized in a way that produced the conversations and data to meet the scientific needs of the community. Users were even able to attach relevant files to their comments and add tags for easy searchability. And as you can see below, it's easy for your community to implement this solution as well. Just hover over the Group Manager dropdown, as we mentioned, and click on Group Settings. Navigate down to your forum settings to choose the audience for your forum. You can make it public to any visitor of the Hub. You can make it viewable to only Hub users, or you can make it viewable to only your group users, depending on the type of interaction and the type of forum you want. Then just alert your group members that the forum is active, and let's give them instructions on how you want them to interact and how you want them to respond to your threads and topics. Are there any questions on creating an interactive group forum? So the final use case we'll look at under the pillar of collaboratory is managing events, registration, and meeting material. You can really manage an event from registration through completion on the NCIPhub itself. The group we'll look at today is on the NCIPhub is the ITCR initiative, or the Informatics Technology for Cancer Research Initiative. The overall purpose of this group is to promote communication and interaction among their investigators, collaborators, and their teams. As a byproduct of this, they've found a clever way to use their group to promote and enhance their annual meeting. As you can see, they've created subpages, as we talked about earlier, to curate the information and materials related to their annual meeting. On one subpage, users can access the daily meeting agenda. On another, they can access meeting materials such as presentations or publications. Users not only have access to this data, but they can comment on the materials and carry over their conversations from the meeting itself. This makes the group page a hotspot for activity during the meeting. But NCIPhub groups have also used this functionality to manage events both before and after their meetings as well. For example, the group calendar can be used to manage event registration. You can even add an abstract to the registration page and have users comment on it before the event. The group is also a great place to continue momentum after an event is over. For example, you can use the group forum to keep conversations going after the event has ended, or you can use the projects feature to work on a new initiative that's come out of the meeting. Really, it's up to you as a manager to decide how to take advantage of the Hub's features to enhance communication and collaboration associated with your community's events. And the theme here, of course, is that it's really easy for you to implement these solutions for your own community. For pre-event management, click on the group calendar and select a new event. The event wizard will walk you through the steps for creating the event. And at the end of the wizard, you'll find a checkbox asking whether or not you want to include event registration. Checking it will create a registration form for your event within the group. Whether or not event registration occurs outside or inside the NCIPhub, you can curate meeting information and materials by adding subpages to the overview page, as we showed earlier. Then you add content to the subpages as you desire and share it with your community. Does anyone have any questions on using groups to manage an event or group activities? Okay, great. So the next pillar we're going to take a look at as far as NCIPhub use cases is the NCIPhub as a tool lab, or a place where users can upload their source code and then work with their community to develop it and then deploy it. Our example is the KIN Imaging Network group. The KIN network is comprised of 22 plus major academic sites across the US and Canada. They work on the development of quantitative cancer imaging tools and software to evaluate and predict response to therapy. As part of their process for developing cutting-edge imaging software, the KIN group engages in two project types: challenges, which are algorithm competitions, and collaborations, where users work together to address imaging and data collection and analysis across multiple sites. To compute and evaluate metrics for challenges, the KIN group uses an open source platform called KIN Labs. While this is great for the quantitative aspects of their work, it isn't necessarily built to facilitate the collaborative part of it. So there was a gap. As an experiment to potentially solve this problem, a few of their groups started using the NCIPhub. They began networking, cataloging, and publishing their final source code onto the hub. Users were then able to go to the repository to interact with and optimize the published tools. Some groups even began testing and developing code on the NCIPhub itself. Currently, only a few KIN network groups have used the hub for this purpose, but their success has led to a commitment by the KIN network to systematically move their groups to the NCIPhub to engage in this collaborative tool building model going forward. So for those of you wondering how your community can start working together on tool development, as it shows here, it's really as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by submitting a support ticket and requesting a Linux workspace, which is simply a window into HUBzero's remote development environment. Along with the workspace, you'll get a Subversion repository to manage your code. Next, you can upload your code to the Hub by either developing it in Linux or grabbing it from a GitHub repository. When you're done developing the code, you can submit your tool for publication. Once it's approved and installed on the Hub, you can share it with your community, receive feedback on it, and make updates and improvements as needed. Are there any questions on collaboratively deploying code on the NCIPhub? Okay, so the final pillar of the NCIPhub we'll look at today, and we'll look at some use cases here, is the NCIPhub as a knowledge repository. And the first use case is exploring how the Hub can be used as a repository for program assets. Both active and sunsetted programs can not only house their assets on the NCIPhub, but benefit from its built-in collaboration features. Before we take a look at the use case, let's take a quick look at some of the most common resources that are uploaded to the NCIPhub. You'll notice that a lot of these resources align with the assets that a scientific program produces. Many times, program managers look to house these assets on a traditional website. This can be costly, restrict editing and update access, and provide limited interaction. Alternatively, some program managers have begun using the NCIPhub as a way to house their digital assets inexpensively to bridge the gap between contributor and user and generate conversations around the assets that they've shared. As an example, we'll look at the FDA Computational Fluid Dynamics and Data team. Their goal is to provide data on particular studies that are funded by the FDA's Critical Path Initiative, which is a strategy to drive innovation in the scientific processes through which medical products are developed, evaluated, and manufactured. Instead of dumping their study results and data on a website, this team decided to use the wiki and resources functionality of the NCIPhub to display content and link to data sets and other relevant digital assets. They were able to build out the content of their pages through the NCIPhub's wiki to mirror a website, complete with pictures, links, and videos. Then they uploaded their digital assets through the NCIPhub's resources wizard and linked to them from the wiki page. As an added bonus, users can comment on the wiki pages and rate and comment on the linked resources and even share them on social media directly from the Hub. Again, this is quite a simple solution to implement for your own program or for any digital assets and data that you want to display. You start by navigating to the wiki section of the NCIPhub and clicking on New Page. You'll be taken to the wiki editor where you can start developing the content as you would see in a normal content management system for a traditional website. You can embed pictures and videos directly into the wiki editor with the appropriate macros. Finally, navigate to the resources section of the Hub and upload your related digital assets. The resources wizard will walk you through all of the necessary steps for adding your assets, including citations, digital object identifiers, and more. Once your resources have been approved, simply link to them from your wiki page. Users can interact with and comment on your wiki articles as well as your linked resources. Does anyone have any questions on using the wiki to mirror a traditional website? All right, so we'll move on to our final use case today, which is working together to draft and publish a manuscript. The example we'll look at is the Nanotechnology Working Group on the NCIPhub, which aims to share and create standards for nanotechnology databases and data sets. Part of their work involves working together to edit and publish documents. In order to work together on manuscripts, what they do is they create a project within their NCIPhub group page on the associated topic. Group members can then upload, edit, and organize their project files in real time. They can share notes, assign action items, and follow the project feed to stay organized. And all of this is done from the project space. All that needs to happen is going to a group's project section and clicking on Add a Project. If you don't have a group, you can also start a project from the NCIPhub's Projects section. The Project Creation Wizard will walk you through the steps for creating the project. This is where you'll add a project description and invite group project members and assign roles. Once the project has been created, you can add and organize project files, including Word documents that team members will be working on. Members can then download the Word document, make the revisions and updates that they want, and upload the document with the same file name back onto the Hub to capture those edits. For real-time editing, the Hub even allows you to sync your project files to Google Drive so that group members can work on the document at the same time. And as the team progresses through the manuscript, they can use project notes, the to-do list, and the live project feed to stay organized until completion of the manuscript. Are there any questions on developing a document or manuscript collaboratively? All right, well, as you can see, here are the different use cases we went through today. There are many more use cases on the Hub that we haven't been able to go over. If you have a need that we didn't cover, our team is happy to talk with you after this presentation about whether the NCIPhub can help fulfill it. Also, please take a look at the appendix of this presentation, which goes into some key capabilities of the Hub and how it may inspire you to use the Hub and participate in some of these use cases. We also encourage you to check out the NCIPhub newsletter at www.nciphub.org/newsletter. Every month, the newsletter dives into various NCIPhub topics of interest. You'll be able to find a lot of detailed information on many of the use cases we've talked about today. And if you're a member of the NCIPhub, please visit the NCIPhub's user group for access to NCIPhub webinars, tutorials, and information. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation and learn a little bit more about the NCIPhub.